Imagine stepping into a world where the line between human and machine blurs, where revolutionary technology not only enhances our physical capabilities but integrates with our very essence, transforming us into something beyond human. Welcome to a glimpse into the future, inspired by the groundbreaking concepts of Cyberpunk 2077. But this isn't just fantasy. This is the dawn of real-life cyberware. Today, we're diving into the extraordinary advancements in technology that are bringing us closer to what once was the realm of science fiction. From augmentations that grant superhuman strength and agility, to enhancements that refine our senses and cognition, we're exploring how cutting-edge tech is redefining what it means to be human. So buckle up and prepare to be amazed by the futuristic tech that's emerging from the realm of imagination into our reality, promising to revolutionize our interaction with the world like never before. Kiroshi Optics, Cybernetic Eyes. Ever blinked and missed a moment you wished you could capture forever? Or squinted at a menu in a dimly lit restaurant, imagining if only your eyes could zoom in? Welcome to the future, where Kiroshi Optics turn these wishes into everyday realities. No, it's not magic. It's the marvel of cybernetic eyes, blending the boundary between human perception and technological enhancement. Crafting these ocular wonders involves the pinnacle of material science and optical engineering. We're talking about high-definition micro-cameras and adaptive lenses, embedded within biocompatible materials that mesh seamlessly with your biological tissues. And the kicker, they're powered by your body's own bioelectrical energy, so forget about charging them every night like your smartphone. But who stands to gain from strapping on these high-tech peepers? Is it just for the tech-savvy or those with vision impairments? Think broader. Surgeons performing complex operations with unparalleled precision thanks to augmented reality overlays. Scientists observing microscopic details in real time without bulky equipment. Even the avid traveler, instantly translating foreign text and navigating unfamiliar cities like a local, all thanks to the power of augmented vision. And let's not forget about everyday life. Ever tried following a recipe and found yourself wishing for a hands-free way to scroll through steps or magnify the fine print? Or what about capturing those perfect moments in life in high definition, exactly as you see them, without scrambling for your phone? Kiroshi Optics aren't just about seeing, they're about experiencing life in a whole new dimension. Gorilla arms. Ever fantasized about having the strength of a gorilla without actually looking like one? Enter the era of gorilla arms, the cyberware that's redefining the meaning of lifting. Forget the gym. This is about turning your body into a powerhouse with the flick of a switch. But how do we go from bench pressing to car pressing, you ask? Crafting gorilla arms isn't about bulking up with steel and screws. No, we're talking high-tech alloys, muscle fibers engineered to mimic and amplify human strength, all while integrating seamlessly with your nervous system. It's the ultimate marriage of biology and technology, utilizing advanced robotics and AI to enhance your natural capabilities. Picture it, arms that can adjust their grip strength on the fly, from the delicacy of holding an egg to the might needed to crush a rock. But who needs this kind of power? Is it just for those looking to make a splash on World's Strongest Man? Far from it. Imagine rescue workers tearing through rubble with their bare hands to save lives, or construction workers lifting heavy machinery as if it were cardboard. And for the physically disabled or elderly, it's about restoring independence, giving back the strength to embrace life fully. And let's talk hobbies. Ever wanted to take up rock climbing but felt intimidated by the physical demands? Gorilla arms. Or maybe you're into woodworking but lack the strength to work with heavy materials. Gorilla arms. It's not just about brute strength, it's about unlocking new possibilities, exploring passions without physical limitations. Diving into the nitty-gritty, the technology hinges on mimicking the human musculoskeletal system, but with materials that far exceed our natural limits. Sensors integrated into the fibers provide real-time feedback, ensuring movements are fluid and precise. It's about enhancing, not replacing, amplifying your strength while maintaining the sensation and control of your own body. Mantis Blades. Ever thought about slicing through life's challenges like a hot knife through butter? Well, imagine swapping that knife for Mantis Blades, the kind of upgrade that turns your arms into a Swiss Army knife of cool. But wait, before you start thinking this is all about becoming a human blender, let's slice a bit deeper into what Mantis Blades could really mean for us in the not-so-distant future. Crafted from the most advanced materials known to science, these aren't your garden-variety kitchen knives. We're talking about retractable, ultra-durable carbon titanium alloy blades, capable of cutting through almost anything with precision. Integrated directly into the forearm, they're powered by your own bioelectrical energy, popping out with just a thought thanks to neural linkage. Sounds like something out of a comic book, right? But who would actually need something like this? Is it all just for show? Hardly. Consider the practical applications for a moment. Emergency responders could easily cut through wreckage to rescue trapped individuals. Construction workers could slice through materials on site without the need for heavy machinery. And for the hobbyists? Well, imagine the art you could create, the new sports that could emerge, and the gardening you could do without ever needing to search for that misplaced pair of shears again. Going beyond the blade, it's the precision and control that truly sets the Mantis Blades apart. Embedded sensors and AI ensure that every movement is fluid, safe, and incredibly accurate. This isn't about brute force, it's about augmenting human capability with finesse. Subdermal Grip. Ever dropped your phone on your face mid-scroll during a late-night browsing session? Or maybe you've experienced the classic slip and smash while trying to juggle groceries. Enter the era of the Subdermal Grip, a game changer that's about to make Butterfingers a term of the past. But let's cut to the chase. How does turning your grip into something out of a superhero movie actually work? Imagine a thin layer of advanced material embedded just under the skin of your palm and fingers. This isn't your average grip tape. We're talking about a bioengineered material that enhances your natural ability to hold on to things, integrated with your nervous system to provide feedback and control that feels as natural as breathing. Powered by your body's own bioelectrical energy, it's like upgrading your hands to version 2.0 without the need for bulky gloves or external devices. But who really benefits from this kind of tech? Is it all just about not dropping your ice cream cone on a hot day? Far from it. For professionals like surgeons, the subdermal grip could mean the difference between success and failure, providing unparalleled precision and stability during operations. For athletes, imagine climbers scaling walls with the confidence of a gecko, or basketball players never fumbling a pass. And for the everyday person, it's about transforming the mundane into the extraordinary. Ever tried fixing a tiny screw in your glasses and felt like you needed 3 hands? Subdermal Grip. Or what about painting miniatures for your favorite tabletop game, wishing you could hold them just right without cramping up? Subdermal Grip. It's not just about preventing accidents, it's about enhancing your capability to interact with the world around you. BioMonitor. Ever wondered what it would be like to have a personal health dashboard? Not on your phone or wearable, but embedded right within you, giving real-time updates on your body's status? Say hello to the BioMonitor, a peek into a future where your health is literally at your fingertips. This isn't your average fitness tracker. Think smaller, smarter, and a whole lot more integrated. We're talking about a sophisticated network of sensors implanted beneath your skin, capable of tracking everything from your heart rate to your glucose levels, all without a single prick or prod. Powered by your body's own kinetic energy, it's like having a team of doctors monitoring you 24/7, without the waiting rooms or copays. But who stands to gain from such cutting-edge tech? Is it just for the health-conscious or those with medical conditions? Picture this. Athletes optimizing their training based on real-time biofeedback, diabetics managing their sugar levels without constant blood tests, or even you, identifying stress triggers and learning to avoid them for a healthier life. And it doesn't stop with just monitoring. Imagine the BioMonitor not just alerting you to a potential health issue, but also advising on lifestyle adjustments or even administering medication directly, thanks to integrated micro-delivery systems. Forgot to take your pills? No worries, your BioMonitor's got you covered. So how do we craft such a marvel? Nanotechnology and biosensing are the heroes here, seamlessly blending with biocompatible materials that the body won't reject. It's a delicate dance of engineering and medicine, creating something that's both incredibly advanced and unobtrusive. The question isn't if we'll see technology like the BioMonitor come to life. It's when. With rapid advances in medical technology, wearable devices, and implantable sensors, the leap to a fully integrated health monitoring system is closer than it appears. Researchers are already experimenting with sensors that can detect a wide range of health indicators, signaling a future where our health is not just in our hands, but in our very skin. Neuralink, brain-computer interface. Imagine waking up one morning to find that you can download a new language into your brain, Matrix style, or control your entire smart home with just a thought. Welcome to the world of Neuralink, a brain-computer interface that's not just about surfing the web with your mind, but revolutionizing how we interact with the world around us. This isn't about plugging a USB into your skull. It's far more elegant. Picture a mesh of ultra-thin electrodes seamlessly integrated into your brain's fabric, allowing for bidirectional communication between your biological hardware and digital devices. The process? Minimally invasive, powered by cutting-edge robotics to ensure precision and safety. It's like getting LASIK, but for your brain. But who really needs a brain-computer interface? Is it just for tech aficionados or gamers looking for the ultimate VR experience? Think broader. For people with paralysis, it could mean regaining control over their environment, from moving prosthetic limbs to typing out messages using only their thoughts. For those with neurological disorders, imagine the possibilities of bypassing damaged pathways, restoring lost functions like sight or hearing. And it's not just about addressing disabilities. For the average person, Neuralink could transform education, allowing for direct knowledge transfer. Say goodbye to late-night cramming sessions. Professionals could operate machinery or conduct data analysis with unprecedented speed and efficiency. Even artists could find new ways to express their creativity, composing music or painting digital canvases directly from their imagination. So, how close are we to turning this sci-fi dream into reality? The field of neurotechnology is booming, with advances in materials science, microfabrication, and neuroscience converging to make brain-computer interfaces more viable than ever. Trials are already underway, exploring the therapeutic potential of these devices, signaling a future where our brains and computers interface as seamlessly as our fingers and smartphones. Nanowire. Ever thought your phone charger could do with a serious upgrade? What if I told you about a technology that could charge your devices, heal your body, and even hack into computers, all thinner than a human hair? Enter the world of Nanowire, the multi-tool cyberware of the future that's about to make every sci-fi nerd's dream a reality. Crafting nanowire involves the manipulation of materials at the atomic level to create wires with properties that traditional materials can't touch. Made from materials like silicon or silver, these wires are not only conductive but can be engineered to be flexible, durable, and incredibly efficient. Picture a wire that can bend and stretch without breaking, conducting electricity or data with minimal loss over distance. But who stands to benefit from such a cutting-edge tech? Is it all just for elite hackers or tech moguls? Think again. For medical professionals, nanowire could revolutionize the way surgeries are performed, offering unprecedented precision and reducing recovery times. Imagine neurosurgeons weaving through the brain with the finesse of a painter, or cardiologists navigating the heart without a single incision. And for the average Joe, it's about more than just charging your phone. Nanowire could transform wearable tech, making devices more efficient and less intrusive. Fitness enthusiasts could track their health with sensors that don't feel like wearing a bulky watch, while adventurers could map their journeys in ways previously unimaginable. Synaptic Signal Optimizer. Ever wished you could crank up your brain's processing power like the volume on a speaker? Enter the Synaptic Signal Optimizer, the cyberware destined to turbocharge your neural pathways. Imagine a world where mental fog is as outdated as dial-up internet, and your brain operates with the clarity and efficiency of the latest high-speed connection. This isn't about popping a magical pill. It's far cooler. Picture a micro device, implanted at key neural junctions, designed to enhance the electrochemical signals firing between your neurons. Made with biocompatible nanomaterials, it fine-tunes your synaptic responses, leading to quicker thought processes, faster learning, and memory recall that rivals the speed of a computer search engine. But who's really dialing into this neural upgrade? Is it just for the geniuses and prodigies? Not at all. For students, it could mean the end of all-nighters, absorbing knowledge like a sponge, and acing exams without breaking a sweat. For professionals, imagine slicing through complex problems with newfound ease or mastering a new skill in record time. And for the creatives, it's a game changer. Artists painting with thoughts, writers weaving stories directly from their imagination onto the digital page, and musicians composing symphonies in a single sitting. The Synaptic Signal Optimizer isn't just about speeding things up, it's about unlocking the full potential of the human mind. Sandevistan, adrenaline booster. Imagine hitting a turbo button in your body, not just to sprint faster or work harder, but to elevate your capabilities to superhero levels. That's the Sandevistan for you, an adrenaline booster that's about turning the impossible into the "I just did that." But how does this not-so-mythical device work without turning you into a jittery mess? Crafted with the precision of a Swiss watch and the insight of a neuroscience textbook, the Sandevistan isn't about pumping you full of synthetic adrenaline. No, it's smarter. Picture a sleek, biocompatible implant that interfaces directly with your adrenal system, optimizing the release of your body's natural adrenaline, along with other performance-enhancing hormones, in a controlled, sustainable manner. It's like having a personal pit crew in your body, fine-tuning your performance to the max. But who really needs to go from zero to hero in milliseconds? Is it just for athletes or extreme sports enthusiasts? Think wider. Emergency responders dashing into danger with enhanced reflexes and strength, soldiers maintaining peak performance in critical missions, or even you, dodging life's curveballs with the agility of a cat. And for the hobbyists among us, the applications are nothing short of exhilarating. Ever dreamt of free climbing like a pro, or mastering martial arts at double speed? The Sandevistan makes these dreams a tangible reality, pushing the boundaries of what hobbyists can achieve, from painting and sculpture to dance and beyond. Diving into the mechanics, the Sandevistan is a marvel of nanoengineering, featuring an array of microsensors and actuators that monitor and adjust your biochemical environment in real time. This isn't about reckless power. It's about precision, enhancing your body's capabilities without overstepping its limits. Reinforced tendons. Ever dreamt of leaping over obstacles with the ease of a comic book hero? Or imagined sprinting without the fear of a misstep? Reinforced tendons could soon vault us into a reality where such feats aren't just for the imagination. Picture this: a world where your every jump is supercharged, and your agility rivals that of elite athletes, all thanks to a little tweak in your tendons. Crafted from the most resilient biocompatible materials, these aren't your run-of-the-mill tendons. Envision fibers, interwoven with your own, designed to absorb impact, enhance elasticity, and boost your muscular power. It's a delicate dance of biology and technology, resulting in a leap, quite literally, in human performance. But who's really jumping at the chance for such an upgrade? Is it solely the domain of sports stars and stunt doubles? Hardly. Think of the everyday applications. From firefighters scaling ladders and leaping from heights to save lives, to construction workers bounding across beams with the agility of a cat. And for the adventurers among us, imagine the trails you could conquer, the mountains you could scale, and the urban landscapes you could navigate with the prowess of a parkour pro. Diving deeper into the how, imagine tiny nanoscale implants augmenting your tendons at the molecular level. These aren't bulky exoskeletons, but subtle enhancements, synchronizing with your body's natural movements to provide a boost where it counts. It's about enhancing what you already do, only making it better, stronger, and more efficient. Blood pump. Ever thought your heart could use a sidekick? Enter the blood pump, not your average medical device, but a turbocharger for your circulatory system. Imagine a world where your blood flow could be optimized at the push of a button, boosting oxygen and nutrients to where your body needs them most when it needs them. But how does this piece of futuristic wizardry work, and what can it really do for you? Let's dive into the bloodstream and find out. The blood pump is a marvel of bioengineering, seamlessly integrating with your cardiovascular system to enhance your heart's natural abilities. Constructed from biocompatible materials, it's like a pacemaker on steroids, but instead of regulating heartbeat, it supercharges your blood circulation, ensuring peak performance and rapid recovery when you need it most. But why should you care? For athletes, this means endurance levels that make marathons look like a walk in the park, and recovery times so fast, you're ready to go again before the competition has caught their breath. But it's not just for the sports stars among us. For anyone looking to get the most out of their workout, the blood pump is like having a personal trainer inside your body, pushing you to your limits safely and effectively. And let's not forget the everyday heroes. Emergency responders could find an extra gear during critical moments, staying sharp and focused during long, demanding shifts. Meanwhile, professionals in high-stress jobs can maintain their cool and concentration, ensuring peak performance when stakes are high. But the blood pump isn't just about pushing physical boundaries. For hobbyists and creatives, this cyberware can be a game changer. Imagine photographers who trek into the wilderness, now able to go further, stay out longer, and capture that perfect shot without the physical strain. Or gardeners who can now spend hours tending to their plants without the usual fatigue setting in. Dermal Armor. Ever thought your skin could be your strongest suit of armor? Welcome to the era of dermal armor, where the future of personal protection isn't just about what you wear over your clothes, but what you integrate into your very skin. Imagine a world where cuts, bruises, and even more serious injuries are things of the past, thanks to the marvels of advanced materials, science, and biotechnology. But how do we engineer this futuristic shield, and what can it really do for you? Let's dive into the epidermis and find out. Dermal armor is crafted from a lattice of ultra-strong, flexible materials like graphene, woven into the upper layers of the skin through a sophisticated, yet minimally invasive biotechnological process. It's about enhancing your skin's natural resilience, turning it into a barrier that can withstand impacts and abrasions that would normally leave you reaching for a first aid kit. But why should you care? For starters, think about the possibilities for those in physically demanding or hazardous professions. Construction workers, law enforcement officers, and military personnel could perform their duties with an added layer of security. Not just from the environment, but from the unexpected. And for the adventurers among us, this means pushing the boundaries of exploration with confidence. Rock climbers, mountain bikers, and extreme sports enthusiasts could take on the toughest terrains and the most daring stunts knowing their skin is equipped to handle the rough and tumble. But dermal armor isn't just for the adrenaline junkies and frontline heroes. For everyday folks, it's about transforming vulnerability into strength. Ever bumped into a sharp corner and wished you had a built-in buffer? Or wished you could play with your pets without bearing the marks of their affection? Dermal armor makes these wishes a reality, blending seamlessly with your life to provide protection that's always there, always on. Projectile launch system. Ever imagined having the power of a cannon in your arm? Not in a metaphorical sense, but literally being able to launch projectiles from your body? Welcome to the discussion on the projectile launch system, a piece of technology that turns science fiction into science fact, offering a new definition of armed and dangerous. But how do we engineer such a device, and what could it possibly be used for beyond the obvious? Let's launch into the details. The projectile launch system is a marvel of engineering, incorporating advanced materials and propulsion technology into a compact biocompatible unit that can be integrated into the human body. It uses electromagnetic or pneumatic propulsion to launch a variety of projectiles, from non-lethal deterrents to specialized tools, all from the convenience of your forearm. Think of it as the ultimate Swiss Army knife, but with a bit more kick. But why should you care? For law enforcement and military professionals, the applications are groundbreaking. Non-lethal options for crowd control or disabling suspects without resorting to firearms. Check. A method for deploying reconnaissance devices or breaching tools without exposing oneself to danger. Double check. And for the adventurers and survivalists among us, This technology opens up a whole new toolkit. Need to send a line across a ravine? No problem. Want a way to deploy a grappling hook without lugging around extra gear? Done. The possibilities are as vast as your imagination. But it's not just for the action heroes. For hobbyists and creators, imagine the fun of designing your own custom projectiles. Whether it's launching paintballs in an epic art project or sending messages across a festival in capsule form, the projectile launch system brings a whole new meaning to personal expression. Living tattoos. Ever thought of your skin as a canvas that could change its art as easily as you change your clothes? Enter the world of dynamic dermal imprints, where tattoos transcend traditional ink and become a living part of your skin, capable of shifting designs at your whim. But how do we morph from static ink to dynamic displays, and what could this mean for you? Let's dive under the skin and explore. The Tiger Claws Dermal imprint represents the pinnacle of this technology, using advanced nanotech embedded within the epidermis. These nanobots can be programmed to alter their configuration, changing color and pattern to display anything from intricate designs to real-time data. It's not just a tattoo. It's a personal display screen that lives and breathes with you. But why should you care? Imagine the possibilities for personal expression. One day you're sporting a sleeve of fiery dragons. The next, a delicate floral design. And it's not just for show. Athletes could monitor their vital stats in real time, displayed discreetly on their forearm. Adventurers could have GPS maps literally at their fingertips, changing as they move. And for the professionals among us, forget about business cards. Share your contact info with a handshake that leaves your details shimmering on the other person's hand. In high-stakes negotiations, imagine displaying real-time market data or translation services directly on your skin, giving you the upper edge. But the applications go beyond the practical or professional. For hobbyists, the sky's the limit. Artists could create living artworks, constantly evolving on their skin. Tech enthusiasts could tinker with their personal nanobot configurations, developing new patterns or functions for their tattoos. The body becomes a playground for imagination and innovation. Microgenerator. Ever imagined being your own power station? Not in a metaphorical sense, but literally generating power with every move you make? Welcome to the world of the microgenerator, a piece of technology that turns human energy into electrical power. But how do we turn this futuristic fantasy into a current reality, and what could it mean for your daily life? Let's electrify our understanding and find out. The microgenerator is a marvel of engineering, integrating nanotechnology and biomechanics to harness the energy produced by your body's natural movements. From the beating of your heart to the flexing of your muscles, every action you take generates a small but significant amount of energy. This device captures that energy, converting it into electrical power that can be used to charge your gadgets, power wearable tech, or even feedback into the grid. But why should you care? Imagine never having to worry about your smartphone dying at the worst possible moment. For the adventurers and outdoor enthusiasts, this means GPS devices, cameras, and safety equipment that stay charged as long as you keep moving. And in a world increasingly concerned with sustainability, what could be greener than generating your own clean energy? And it's not just for the tech-savvy or the eco-conscious. For professionals in high-stakes environments like search and rescue teams or soldiers in the field, having a reliable source of power can mean the difference between life and death. Medical devices could be powered by the very bodies they're helping to heal, offering a new level of independence for those reliant on electronic health aids. But let's push the envelope further. For hobbyists, the microgenerator opens up new avenues for creativity and innovation. DIY enthusiasts could design and power their own wearable gadgets. Artists and musicians could explore new forms of interactive, energy-generating installations or instruments, creating art that not only moves the audience emotionally, but is also powered by their physical movement. SmartLink. Imagine a world where your gadgets are not just at your fingertips, they're integrated into your very being. Welcome to the concept of the SmartLink, a breakthrough in cyberware that bridges the gap between human and machine in ways previously confined to the realms of science fiction. But how does this cutting-edge tech work, and what doors does it open for us in the real world? Let's connect to the idea and download the possibilities. The Smart Link is crafted using the latest in nanotechnology and biocompatible materials, designed to interface directly with your nervous system. It acts as a two-way communication bridge between your biological hardware, your brain, and your electronic devices, allowing for seamless interaction without the need for physical interfaces. Think controlling your smartphone with a thought or streaming music directly into your consciousness. The possibilities are as limitless as your imagination. But why should you care? For the professionals among us, imagine graphic designers manipulating complex 3D models with the wave of a hand, or surgeons performing delicate operations remotely with robotic precision. The Smart Link isn't just a tool, it's a revolution in how we interact with the digital world, making every task more intuitive, every job more efficient. And for the everyday user, life becomes smoother, simpler. No more fumbling for your phone to change the playlist at your run. Think it, and it's done. Misplaced your smart home remote? No problem, because you are the remote. And in a world where connectivity is king, being directly plugged in gives you the ultimate convenience. But let's push the boundaries further. For hobbyists and creators, the Smart Link is a dream come true. Musicians could compose music by mixing sounds in their mind, while writers could transcribe their thoughts directly onto digital paper. Artists could create visual masterpieces with a mere thought, translating their visions into reality with unprecedented fidelity. Optical Camo. Ever fantasized about slipping through the world unseen like a whisper on the wind? Enter the realm of Optical Camo, not just a gadget for the spies in movies, but a real piece of cyberware that's closer to reality than you might think. But how do we craft this cloak of invisibility, and what spellbinding scenarios could it unlock? Let's vanish into the conversation and find out. Optical Camo weaves together the latest in adaptive materials and light-bending technology. Imagine a second skin that can refract light around you, making you virtually invisible to the naked eye. It's not magic, it's physics, powered by a network of nanofibers embedded with micro-LEDs that project the environment directly opposite, creating the illusion of transparency. But why should you care? For the professionals in surveillance and security, the applications are as clear as the camo itself. Stealth operations could be conducted with unprecedented discretion, and emergency responders could reach people in need without drawing attention in sensitive situations. And for the adventurers and thrill seekers among us, imagine exploring the wild or urban jungles undetected, getting closer to nature or discovering secrets hidden in plain sight. Photographers could capture natural wonders without disturbing the scene, and wildlife enthusiasts could study animals up close, in their natural behavior, undisturbed. But it's not just for the daring or the covert. For everyday people, Optical Camo could offer a new level of privacy in an increasingly invasive world. Need a moment of solitude in a crowded place? Activate your camo. Artists and performers could create stunning visual effects blending into their backgrounds before revealing themselves in dramatic fashion. Limbic system enhancement. Ever thought your emotions could use an upgrade? Imagine tweaking your mood with the precision of a sound engineer at a mixing board. Welcome to the world of limbic system enhancement, a frontier in cyberware that's about to revolutionize not just how we think, but how we feel. But how do we engineer such a deeply personal technology, and what realms does it unlock for us? Let's dive into the emotional spectrum and find out. Limbic system enhancement hinges on the integration of advanced neural interfaces with the limbic system, the part of the brain responsible for our emotions, memories, and arousal. By employing cutting-edge biotechnology and nanoelectronics, this cyberware facilitates the modulation of neurotransmitter levels, allowing for the calibration of mood, emotional response, and even the enhancement of memory recall. It's not about numbing the blues or amplifying joy indiscriminately. It's about fine-tuning your emotional well-being. But why should you care? For professionals operating in high-stress environments, the ability to regulate stress and anxiety could be a game-changer, fostering resilience in the face of challenges. Imagine a surgeon maintaining absolute calm during a critical procedure, or a firefighter suppressing panic to navigate a life-or-death scenario. And for the creatives among us, this is where art meets science in the most intimate dance. Writers could tap into a well of inspiration on demand, artists could explore new depths of emotion in their work, and musicians could modulate their feelings to compose the next heart-wrenching melody. But it's not just for the high flyers. For everyday individuals, the implications are profound. Struggling with motivation? Dial up your drive. Wrestling with grief? Find balance without losing the depth of your experiences. It's about enhancing your emotional fitness, enabling you to navigate the complexities of life with agility and insight. Titanium bones. Ever wondered what it'd be like to shoulder the world without breaking a sweat? Picture this. Titanium bones, not just any upgrade, but the pinnacle of blending strength with resilience. Now hold up. Before you shout science fiction, let's dive into the nuts and bolts of how this isn't just a pipe dream, but a potential future reality. How? Well, through the magic of advanced materials, science, and biomedical engineering, transforming our very skeleton into a framework that's more durable than ever imagined. Imagine a world where your bones are virtually unbreakable. Sounds like a superhero origin story, right? But here's the kicker. It's all about enhancing the human body using titanium, a metal known for its strength, lightweight nature, and biocompatibility. Picture tiny, nanoscale implants weaving through your bones, reinforcing them without interfering with their natural function. It's like upgrading your body's architecture with steel beams, but cooler. Because, it's titanium. So who stands to gain from such a futuristic upgrade? Is it just for the adrenaline junkies wanting to leap from cliffs without a care, or could there be more to it? Let's break it down. Figuratively, of course, because with titanium bones, good luck breaking anything. First up, athletes. Imagine soccer players rebounding from tackles like it's nothing, or skateboarders taking falls that would normally spell a season's end and just brushing it off. But it's not all about playing hard. It's also about working smart. Construction workers, firefighters, and anyone in physically demanding jobs could find themselves with a lower risk of fractures, meaning less time off work and more time doing what they excel at. But wait, there's more. Beyond the brawn, there's a touching blend of humanity and technology. For those with osteoporosis or brittle bone disease, titanium bones could mean a new lease on life. No more fear of fractures with every step. It's about empowerment, independence, and, dare we say, revolutionizing healthcare. Now, for the hobbyists among us, think of the possibilities. Rock climbing without fear, martial arts with an edge, or even just horsing around with your kids without worrying about the oops moments. Titanium bones could open new doors to how we play, explore, and live our lives to the fullest. Cataresist. Ever thought about becoming invincible? Not in the dodging bullets sense, but more like shrugging off what life throws at you. From spills to thrills and, well, even the chills. Enter the world of Cataresist. Not just a fancy term, but a future where you're decked out in an invisible shield. But how does this sci-fi fantasy translate into reality? Let's dive into the nitty-gritty, shall we? Crafting this shield isn't about donning a bulky suit of armor. Oh no, it's far sleeker. Picture a mesh of advanced polymers and smart materials integrated into your very skin. These aren't just any materials, though. They're designed to react on a molecular level to changes in temperature, pressure, and even chemical exposure, adapting to protect you. It's like having your own personal climate control system, plus a biohazard suit, all rolled into one neat, invisible package. But who really needs Cataresist, you ask? Picture this. Firefighters wading through flames without a second thought. Chemists handling volatile substances like they're mixing a casual cocktail. Or even you, yes you, getting through a scorching day or a freezing night without batting an eyelid. The applications are as vast as your imagination. And let's not forget about the hobbyists. Ever wanted to take up metalworking but dreaded the sparks? Or maybe diving deep into the ocean's depths without worrying about the pressure or the cold? Cataresist makes these not just possible but comfortable. It's about pushing boundaries, exploring new horizons, and frankly, just doing more cool stuff. Diving deeper, how close are we to turning this vision into reality? The answer lies in the burgeoning field of material science. Researchers are already developing materials that can self-heal, change properties in response to their environment, and yes, even repel water, dirt, and bacteria. The leap to integrating these advances into a form of personal protection? It's just a matter of time and a bit of ingenuity. Second heart. Ever thought about having a backup for your heart like you have a spare tire for your car? No? Well, buckle up because we're talking about a second heart, and no, it's not just for Time Lords. Imagine a world where heart failure is more an inconvenience than a life-threatening emergency. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi novel, right? But with today's tech speeding along faster than a sports car on an open highway, it's closer to reality than you might think. This second heart isn't about cloning or magic. It's about state-of-the-art technology, a blend of biomechanics and bioengineering. Picture a compact, highly efficient device, implanted seamlessly into your body, working in concert with your organic heart. Made from biocompatible materials that the body won't reject, it's like having a silent, steadfast sidekick for your ticker. But how does it kick into action? Sensors, my friend. These smart sensors monitor your heart's performance 24/7, ready to jump in at the first sign of trouble. Think of it as the ultimate co-pilot, ensuring you're always flying steady even when turbulence hits. And who could benefit from such a marvel? Is it just for those with heart conditions? Heck no. Sure, it's a game changer for individuals at risk of cardiac events, providing a safety net that's unheard of today. But let's think bigger. High-altitude climbers facing the thin air of Everest, deep-sea divers exploring the pressures of the ocean depths, or even astronauts braving the unknown of space could all find an invaluable ally in a second heart. But wait, there's more. Ever dreamed of running a marathon but get winded just thinking about it? With a second heart, you could potentially boost your stamina, turning dreams into reality. And for emergency responders, having that extra bit of endurance could mean the difference between life and death. Now, you might be wondering, how far off is this tech? While we're not there yet, advances in artificial heart technology and implantable devices are laying the groundwork as we speak. The future where a second heart is as common as getting braces might just be on the horizon. Berserk. Ever feel like you could use a turbo boost not for your car, but for your body? Enter the realm of Berserk, a not-so-fairy tale enhancement that could take human capabilities to the next level. Forget chugging 5 cups of coffee or downing energy drinks. We're talking about flipping a switch to become more powerful, more resilient, and yes, more berserk. Crafting this marvel isn't as far-fetched as it sounds. Picture a sophisticated biochip implanted snugly into your nervous system. It's a masterpiece of biotechnology, interfacing directly with your body's electrical signals. Powered by the latest in nanotechnology and controlled through neural feedback, it could temporarily overclock your body's physical and cognitive functions, think faster, run longer, jump higher, and react quicker, all at the flick of an internal switch. But who could use such a thing? On the surface, it seems like a dream for athletes, right? Imagine sprinters smashing records, cyclists powering up hills like they're flat, or swimmers cutting through water like a hot knife through butter. But it's not just about sports. Consider emergency responders, firefighters who could haul more gear and save more lives, police officers who could sprint faster in a chase, or paramedics who could lift patients with ease. Each scenario, not just about enhancing physical prowess, but about saving lives and making split-second decisions with enhanced clarity. And it's not just the professionals who could benefit. Ever thought about those days when you just need to get more done? A burst of berserk could mean zipping through your chores, acing that DIY project, or even just enjoying an incredibly productive day. For the hobbyists, it's about taking your passion to the next level, whether it's painting, coding, or gardening, with vigor you didn't know you had. Detoxifier. Imagine a world where a night out with friends doesn't end in a morning of regret, where indulging in your favorite foods doesn't come with a side of guilt or discomfort. Sounds too good to be true? Not if you've got the Detoxifier, the ultimate internal wingman, ready to clear the aftermath of your adventurous spirit without a hiccup. But wait, how does this futuristic marvel work without waving a magic wand? Dive into the heart of this innovation. and you'll find a blend of cutting-edge biotechnology and nanomedicine. The Detoxifier isn't just a pill you pop. It's a sophisticated implant that monitors and manages your body's toxins in real time. Picture millions of tiny nanobots coursing through your veins, armed with sensors and purifiers designed to neutralize everything from alcohol to pollution and even the excesses of a sugar rush. But who could benefit from such a groundbreaking gizmo? Partygoers and foodies get the first pass, sure, but it's more than just about curing hangovers or digesting a mountain of tacos. Think bigger. Environmental scientists working in polluted areas, athletes optimizing their performance by managing lactic acid, or anyone with allergies or sensitivities finding relief from everyday exposures. And let's not stop there. The applications extend into the hobbies that push us to the limit. Long-distance runners clearing metabolic waste on the go, divers minimizing nitrogen levels to avoid the bends, or urban explorers safeguarding against air and water pollutants. It's about breaking barriers, exploring further, and living fuller. Memory boost. Ever found yourself in the grocery aisle utterly clueless about what you came for? Or perhaps sitting in an exam, staring blankly at questions you knew you studied? Enter the realm of Memory Boost, the cyberware set to revolutionize how we remember, learn, and apply knowledge. But how does one go from forgetful to having a memory sharp enough to slice through facts and figures like a hot knife through butter? This isn't about cramming more data into your brain. It's about enhancing the pathways that retrieve this data, making the process smoother, faster, and more reliable. Imagine a finely tuned chip, implanted discreetly at key neural junctures, designed to optimize the way your brain stores and accesses information. Using advanced algorithms and a touch of AI, it identifies patterns in your learning and recall processes, streamlining them for efficiency. It's like upgrading your brain's operating system to the latest, most advanced version. But who really needs a memory boost? Is it just for the academic overachievers or trivia buffs? Think again. For professionals, it could mean staying on top of every detail, every project, without the panic of dropping the ball. For creatives, imagine accessing a vast library of inspiration and references, no Google search required. And for the everyday person, it's about never forgetting a name, a face, or why you walked into a room ever again. Delving into the tech, the Memory Boost is a marvel of bioengineering and neurotechnology. It involves precision placement of nanoscale devices that interface directly with your neural tissue, enhancing synaptic connections without interfering with your brain's natural processes. It's not invasive, not noticeable, but always there, gently nudging your memory performance to its peak potential. Reflex Tuner. Ever imagine dodging a spilled coffee like Neo from the Matrix or reacting to a fastball like a Major League Pro? Welcome to the world of the Reflex Tuner, a cyberware innovation that's about to shift our reaction times from "oops, missed it" to "caught it without looking." This marvel isn't about turning you into a jittery mess on a caffeine buzz. No, it's about precision enhancement of your nervous system. Picture a sleek biocompatible device implanted at key neural junctions, designed to turbocharge the speed at which your brain processes and responds to external stimuli. It's using cutting-edge neurotechnology to fine-tune your reflexes, making them sharper, faster, and more reliable. But who's really in the market for lightning-fast reflexes? Is it just for athletes or daredevil stunt performers? Cast the net wider. For emergency services personnel, it could mean the difference between life and death, allowing them to react to hazardous situations with supernatural speed. For everyday drivers, it translates to safer roads, dodging potential accidents with ease. And let's not overlook the hobbyists and gamers, where the Reflex Tuner can transform an average Joe into a gaming legend, mastering the digital battlefield with the twitch of a finger. Or imagine DIY enthusiasts handling power tools with the confidence of a seasoned craftsman, reducing accidents and enhancing efficiency. Peering into the tech behind it, the Reflex Tuner is no simple feat of engineering. It integrates with your nervous system, using a combination of microelectrical impulses and neural feedback loops to enhance reaction times. It's about augmenting your natural abilities, not replacing them. ensuring that the enhancement feels as natural as your own reflexes, only better. Echolocator. Ever imagined navigating the world with the precision of a bat using sound instead of sight to see everything around you? But how does this sonic superpower work, and what astonishing possibilities does it unlock? The echolocator is a marvel of bioengineering and acoustic technology, surgically implanted within the ear canal or directly into the auditory cortex. It works by emitting ultrasonic waves that bounce off objects, mapping the environment in a detailed 3D soundscape. The brain interprets these sound waves, allowing the user to see their surroundings through echolocation, even in total darkness. But why should you care? Imagine the life-changing impact for the visually impaired, offering a new level of independence and interaction with the world. But it's not just about compensating for lost sight. For professionals in search and rescue, the echolocator could mean the difference between life and death, finding people trapped in conditions where vision fails. And for the adventurers and explorers among us, spelunking in the deepest caves or navigating dense forests at night becomes not just possible, but thrilling. Photographers and wildlife enthusiasts can track animals or natural phenomena invisible to the naked eye, capturing moments previously beyond reach. For urban explorers, the echolocator opens up a new dimension of the cityscape, revealing hidden nooks and crannies of our concrete jungles. And for hobbyists, from painters to musicians, imagine translating the 3D soundscape into art, creating works that resonate on a literal level with the environment. And that's a wrap on today's journey into the future. If you found these insights as thrilling as we did, let's keep the conversation going. Drop a comment below, share this video to spread the awe, and don't forget to like and ring the bell for more mind-blowing content. Subscribe and explore our channel to stay on the cutting edge of tomorrow.